Straight up out Atlanta, we make careers out of trap shit. Like a piss and matches, we focus on making packs flip. Miss me with that cap shit, we dope pedal. Hey, I swear trapping was a sport, I win a gold medal. First place, bitch, I feel like Usain. Black and yellow Glock 9 on me, I call it Wu-Tang. Old dirty bastard, dumping dick inside your boot thing. Look, I'm from the south side like 2 Chainz. God body, wide body, take up 2 lanes.
Yo, what up, man? Crystal Mike checking back in, man. Back with a blog, man. Make sure that like button and subscribe button your way, and I appreciate all the support, man. Mike P versus Rosenberg Raw dropped on the Trenches last night, man. Very good battle, bro. It was definitely a very good battle. I'm not surprised, though. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling y'all for a while. Rosenberg Raw is one of my favorite battlers out. I like his consistency. I like that he has his own style. He sticks to it. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, I've been championing Mike P as well. I just did a sit down with him. You know what I'm saying? We had a very good interview. And sometimes it's cool to go to another place to try to figure out, you know, what's my next move or whatever the place, you know, case may be. He had his issue with URL. I don't think that they spoke, you know what I'm saying? Last time I talked to him, and it's probably been a month now, but he was telling me, like, yo, I haven't talked to anyone from URL. So I'm pretty sure they weren't too happy about him popping up on the Trenches. So I don't really see him probably on URL anytime soon. Obviously, he got the Blackout battle coming out, but he does have a deposit for Jackboy Maine. Y'all remember that battle? He's supposed to battle Jackboy. They rescheduled it. So basically, they're both probably sitting on a deposit for a battle that they're supposed to do. So I don't know if URL is just going to eat the money, never do the battle, bring them niggas back over there to do the battle. I don't know, but there is a Jackboy versus Mike P battle that is, I guess, supposed to be, you know, a URL battle. We'll see if that ever really happens. So, but when I spoke to Mike P, bro, he basically told me he had to win this battle. He was like, I know what's at stake. I know everybody's on my helmet. I know, you know, he did that blog talking about he's top tier. People was telling him he was mid tier. And, you know, he's reading the comments, and, you know, a lot of people were saying he wasn't that good. He's overrated. He's a whiner. He's crying and all this other stuff. When I just felt like he was just expressing what he felt like was wrong with his career and what he felt like people wasn't really like standing on, or different things that they probably promised him or whatever, or said that they would do and they weren't doing it. So I didn't have a problem with what he said, but I know some fans did. So he said that this battle right here is important. One, YouTube release. That's why it's important. He was like, I've been battling on the app. A lot of people haven't seen my battles. You know, I had a Sharon battle that was pretty good. I did go a little viral off the app with that. But other than that, he battled Chilla Jones. He battled Kid Chaos. There's battles that people that has came and went. So he was like, I feel like battling Raw on the Trenches will get me the exposure that I need. It will also give me a YouTube release, and it will let people know that Mike P ain't going nowhere. And the good thing about the Trenches, bro, is that it's kind of a small league in my opinion, but it gets coverage like it's a big league. But it's actually small in my personal opinion. When I say small, like, I look at it like I used to look at Black Ice, like I used to look at Bullpen, Spit That Heat. I put it kind of like in that category. But when those battle leagues have events, we don't always cover them. We don't always talk about the battles. Sometimes they come and go. I know we talked about Bullpen, the John Ace Amin battle, the Loso and Jazz battle. I know Bullpen does get some coverage, but some of these battles, some of these events, Bullpen does get no coverage. Easy has done a good job of ingratiating himself with the media, bro. And the media feels like, you know what? I'm going to go over there and cover a lot of his stuff. He's getting coverage as if he's a big league when he's actually smaller than URL, RBE, and King of the Dot. But he gets, in Chrome 23, but he gets coverage like he is. So because of that, that's a good thing. So because of that, Mike P versus Rosenberg Raw will get a recap from damn near mostly all the bloggers, and small or large, you know what I'm saying? And that's something Mike P hasn't gotten. And he knew that would happen. So the nigga came to win, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he came to win. First round, he has the whole "you're a snake" thing, you know, with the whole text messages and trying to get on URL. Rosenberg Raw was trying to get onto URL, and Easy was trying to facilitate that, trying to get him over there. I think they were trying to do the Bill Collector and Rosenberg Raw battle. So that part is true. So even though I guess he's basically trying to say, you know, you talk a lot of negativity about URL, but you were actually trying to get over here. And part of that is true. I guess they were trying to shop Bill Collector and Rosenberg Raw to the highest bidder because it was a grudge match. So they looked into the URL thing. He had a Mariah Mills controlling a 22 bar. That's a Zion Williamson bar. We already know who Mariah Mills is. She kind of blew up over this summer with a lot of bullshit, to keep it real with you. He had a Mike Jackson, Mike P kind of moonwalk bar. Coke so white it thinks I beat Geechee. I like Mike P first. His first round is cold, bro. His first round is cold. Rosenberg comes back. He has a I don't give a fuck about Mike P, Ice T, Ike P. He had all that whole little thing. He flips that into a white tea bar, which I was fucking with. You know, I'm from the A-Town, so we already know about Franchise Boys and white tea. He talked a lot about Mike P's wife, which I do feel like is kind of an overused angle at this point. I just feel like Bill Collector. I just feel like you can't do it any better than Geechee, and Geechee kind of like OD'd on it. So now you done had Ryder talk about it. You done had Bill Collector talk about it. Geechee talk about it. Maybe some other people that I don't really know, but I don't feel like Rosenberg Raw said anything too crazy with the Mike P bars, Mike P white bars. Your wife play for the Saints. What that means? She gives Superdome. That's all right. That's not crazy. She sucked dick so much. I can't believe you kissed that. That's the kind of thing he was saying. I do like what he was like. Something about playing golf, holding. No, it's not a hole in one. It's a hole in Mike. I do like that. But I got Mike P winning the first. Coming in a second round, Mike P had a little bit of a drop off in the second round. He had some nice stuff, but I feel like his energy and the crowd getting behind him just wasn't there. I feel like even the New York side of him, of section of his, was even more hype for what he was saying in the first round. He did have the Usher Kiki bar that was cold about the smack Kiki Palmer, the Palmer shit. That was fire.
In your city, sizing you up in person, you gon' gossip? Where's your bitch then? Well, I'm lining her up for certain. Smack the slut on repeat. Usher Keith, Palmer with something burning. I'm concerned with.
He had a Max Out 3 bar that was dope. He talked a lot about Froze being under Easy or something. Like, you kind of been using Easy to kind of get your weight up. That's why your podcast is doing what it's doing. That's why your YouTube channel is growing in subs and stuff like that. And it's kind of interesting to look at Easy's and Fro's relationship moving forward. I realized on Twitter the other day they were having a back and forth, and I think it was over like Big K. I think Froze was saying Big K was in the Champion of the Year running and was trying to give him credit, and then Easy was acting like Big K ain't really battle nobody. It was like weird because clearly the two Champion of the Year people are Easy and Big K right now, but Easy is still trying to like play Big K like Big K ain't really battle nobody. He battled A-Ward, he battled Mook. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he battled Young Ill, and I know he was trying to say Young Ill ain't really nothing, but Young Ill had a better battle, I thought, than probably Reed Dollars did when Reed battled you, or it's kind of close. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that's kind of like where they were at on Twitter. So they had their little riff. So I don't know if he was feeling like, well, you from Philly, maybe you shouldn't be trying to big up Big K. You should be trying to big up me. I don't know. But that's interesting because even in this battle, one thing I noticed, Easy booked Hollow the Don as a co-host. So like, okay, you the New York side, I'm the Philly side. But I felt like Easy was going for a lot of Mike P bars. He was hyping up a lot of Mike P shit. So if I'm Rosenberg Raw, I'm looking at you like, nigga, you hyping up fucking Easy shit. You hyping up Mike P stuff more than Hollow is. And Hollow is the New York side. But then you got an issue with me hyping up Big K for Champion of the Year. So I don't know. It's just something I noticed about that particular battle. But that was Mike P's second. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a little step down. Scale to 1 to 10. His first round was probably 8.5, 9. His second round was probably about a 7. Raw's second round, Talked a lot about him crying, a lot about him, you know, you need to learn to take your loss like a man. I kind of like that whole little setup. You left smack for the trenches. Now I'm in the trenches smacking you. That was a crazy bar. That was probably the best bar of the round. I did like he said this about Mike's wife. She did took so much dick, she's pigeon-toed. That was actually kind of funny.
So who you playing with? I'm talking mob ties, you know, major shit. The bullet Brett Favre that got a 100-yard radius. And I'm blazing it. I used to sleep with a K like Pete Davidson. And if it rains shit, it get rocky like yo Adrian.
What else? You know, he said something about what did he say right here? I'll rock your shit. You gonna think your ears came with speakers. That was kind of dope. I got Raw winning the second, but now it's 1-1 going into the third. The third round, he had the whole little rolls on the inside. I'm gonna put rolls on the outside. That was pretty cool. He had an onion bar. That was pretty cool. He had a rock and roll scheme where he finished it with Guns N' Roses. Rosenberg Raw, Guns N' Roses. A Do You Believe kind of max out. He had a couple max out bars. You trying to get on a max out mic? Are you trying to get to RBE Mike? He had a couple max out bars. A Do You Believe unbelievable bar. See what we do for views until you fuck around and find out. I like that.
About mine. Let's go, Mike. I guarantee I sold more drugs than you hold, definitely. Bricks of hash from my Mumbai Connect and we sold separately. I know. Oh my God. That was fun. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe Mike P had a block where he sold heavily. Philly, I swear to God, my last run-in with the cops, I had an onion in my sock like a home remedy. Froze mentally. Oh my God.
Rosenberg Raw third round, it don't matter. He talked a lot about his race in this round, you know, about your skin color. We don't believe in your gun bars. We don't believe you really living the life you live. You probably had a house when you were 7 years old. Meanwhile, we were catching charges or whatever when we were 7 years old. He had an open season bar that was fire.
I ain't saying he don't have hot bars and he don't be scheming. I'm saying it's not real. And on top of that, I don't believe it. If he was walking down my block, we would have robbed him, and you know the reason. It would have been the opposite of white people cooking. You know, open season.
He did say this about his girl that was funny. Everybody fucking your girl, you don't know who to fight. That shit was actually kind of funny, but I got Mike P winning the first and the third, man. I think Mike kind of showed like more angles, you know what I'm saying? And I thought he showed more versatility, and lyrically I thought like he was better than Raw. Like Raw had a lot of real talk, and you know Raw stuff is simple, but it's very effective in the simplicity of it. But I thought Mike P kind of showed different elements. Like he had the schemes, he had the punches, he had different stuff. I thought, and then to go into Philly and actually, I mean, to go into going to Philly around these kind of circumstances in this crowd and win the battle with everything on his back, as far as leaving URL, coming over here, and trying to get your bearings over here, and then battling in this Philly crowd like this. I felt like even a close battle still got to damn near go to Mike. You know what I'm saying? I be telling you, a lot of these home battles and people battling in their backyard and battling close to home, everything is lining up for you to win. So to go in there and not get a clear win, you kind of almost lean to the other person. Plus, I do think Mike was a little bit better. But so shout out to Mike. Shout out to Raw, too. I think it was a good battle. I definitely feel like it was a good battle. But I got Mike winning the first and the third. Let me know how you feel. I'm biased. Holla at your boy.